grade school.
I tried to stay there as long as I could. I finally got to a point was like, I can't take any other classes. I'm going to graduate in something. Every time I got close to graduate, I changed my major.
Gotta stay a little longer.
Mom, Dad, I'm sorry.
I've run out of things to take.
You got to go to community college.
Yeah.
Is this the final segment?
Yes, it is.
I can't believe that.
I know. We've been blowing by it today.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Welcome back to Show Your Real Estate Today. Thank you so much for listening to us. I hope you're having a great Saturday wherever you are and whatever you're doing today. Thank you for being with us. I'm Paul Jameson, your host with the Jameson family of companies. That's Realty, Property Management, and Investment, here with Preston Sandlin with Home Inspection Carolina and Michelle Wine with Costner Law. So great to have you guys with us today. We've been kind of talking through different parts of the process and different costs. So we've covered home inspections, surveys, HOA stuff,
Warranties.
title search, warranties, insurance, title insurance policies, pre-inspections, home warranties, as Preston said. You know, there are some recording fees, you know. Let's get some of the little nitpicky stuff out of the way, Michelle.
Okay.
Different kinds of recording fees. You got to record this, that, and the other, right, and prep a deed.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so on the seller side, they will pay for the deed preparation, and that is just necessary, right? Because we got to transfer the property from the seller to the buyer, so you have to have that.
Gotta have it.
And then there's recording fees for that. So the recording fees are actually done by the county. So we have no say in those fees.
Right.
Those are set by the county.
Right, by most.
By most individuals. There are some attorneys that still run down to the courthouse to record. So we charge a slight surcharge, is what we call it, for electronically recording, because that's what our firm gets charged. So it's not something that we're just making you pay because we think it's funny. We actually get charged that fee, so we kind of pass that along to the buyer and the seller. So there's recording fees for the deed. If there's a mortgage, an affidavit you may need. Say you need a free trader agreement because you're separated, but not yet divorced. There's recording fees for that.
The word free and divorce are...
Yeah, those two usually don't go together.
I'm trying to think what else. Oh, power of attorney. You need somebody else to sign for you.
Right.
There's going to be recording fees for that, as well as the document preparation fee for that. Think of anything else that you use all the time?
Yeah, I think you've got all the fees in there, because HOA is probably the most expensive, and then you kind of back your way back into.
Well, you can't forget about the commissions.
Well,
are we talking about those fees?
Yes,
But the seller pays those fees,
the seller pays
right?
those most of the time.
Yes.
Yeah, 99% of the time the seller is paying those commissions, and you know, any other fees that are on the seller side related to the commission are usually negotiated and in writing up front.
And well worth the fee, for sure. You definitely need a real estate agent. Please, please, please get an agent when you sell or buy a home. It is definitely worth the expense there.
Yeah, you know, information is powerful. Good information is more powerful.
That's
Experience and good information is really powerful.
Well, look, can I jump in there?
Sure.
I have some rental properties. You've helped me get them. And, you know, speaking of the flips, I mean, I get letters and calls every day, people wanting to buy them. And I got an offer from one of those We Buy Your House folks. They sent me a letter with an offer on it. And I'm looking at that thing. And I don't want to name names because I don't want a lawsuit or anything. I'm just going to say it was probably about 20 to 25% below what that house should go for. So, you know, I got to ask myself, do I want to sell it? If I was going to sell, which I'm not, you know, do I want to take 75% today, or do I want to go with a realtor and, you know, they only charge me 6% and get more money?
Yeah. You know, it's interesting. I come across that all the time. The different iBuyers. They're called iBuyers, right? They're buying your home from you. It's like Zillow, Open Door, Knock. There's a bunch of them, right? And we've proven time after time after time that you will make so much more money after the real estate process than you would if you sold to one of those folks. And I realize that there are times where you might need
divorce
that.
or
But there's never been a case. I'm getting ready to cut some spots with Mark Garrison, and we had an instance a few weeks ago. I had a client that had a home, and he did everything I asked him to do. He had somebody get in the crawl space. He had the paint, wood rot taken care of. He cleaned it, had it professionally cleaned. He changed and cleaned up the yard. He did all the things I asked him. We listed the property, and at the first open house, we had 105 people in attendance.
Wow.
We had 50 people at the second day at the open house. I had 19 offers.
Woo.
The home
Wow.
closed $20,000 over asking price.
That's amazing.
They did what I asked. I knew when I priced it what was going to happen. I laid the plan out in front of him. He said, "Okay, I trust you." And and there are certain price points where that happens and others where it doesn't. So please don't call me and say, "I want you to make that happen." But if you do the work, if you price it correctly,
Prep the house.
you prep the home, you do the preliminary things you need to do, like a pre-inspection and other things, you will.
Well, and it's interesting that you say this, because most people will say, well, we need to go with an iBuyer because it's more convenient, right? But we don't want people in and out of our house every single weekend. You did 2 open houses. That's 2 days. That's it, right?
3 hours each. So
3
6
hours each.
total at 2 days.
So people were not in and out of the home at all hours. And so, I
that's
mean,
probably quite a bit of difference in money there, too.
Oh, they probably would have got $50,000 less than what they were asking for with an iBuyer, probably, for convenience.
That's pretty much exactly right. And then what happens is once they get you under contract, then they bring in their own inspector and they charge you. It never appears to be what you get in the envelope.
Right.
So whatever number you're getting in the envelope, be prepared to cut it, because that's what will happen. I mean, again, they have their place. So.
Well, and I hope I don't upset any sponsors here, but I know somebody who's in the auto industry, and they told me they really don't make that much money selling cars. Where they make money is getting the trade-ins and then selling them. So they're getting those trade-ins super duper cheap and reselling them. So if you think about that for a second, wait a minute, that's where they're making all their money. Because you can trade it in, not clean it up or anything. But if you clean it up and sell it yourself, I mean, you take a little bit of a haircut when you trade in a car, and I think that's kind of the model. I don't want to go too far, but that
is true. That's very true. Speaking of trade-in, Michelle, just kind of wrapping up this thought for today on different costs. You are considered a settlement agent or an escrow agent in the real estate process.
That's correct.
You handle the money.
Yes, as the buyer's closing attorney. So the buyer's closing attorney always handles the funds. So, a seller can have their own attorney to draft their documents, which I do recommend having separate counsel.
We do that in every case. We have you draft the documents.
And very much appreciated, but it's definitely needed. But as the buyer's closing attorney, we handle all of the fees. We handle making sure everybody gets paid. So whether that's the home inspection company, the home warranty, we're paying the county, for the deed, including the excise tax, which we did fail to mention now that I'm thinking about it. Excise tax on that deed, which is also done by the county. So it's the sale price divided by 500 is the excise tax that you will pay to sell your property. But yeah, we take care of dispersing all that money.
Right. And that's and making sure everything reconciles and everything is exact in that whole process. And I want to clarify. Let's say I'm doing a deal where I'm representing the seller and TJ is using a different attorney as the buyer. I still have Costner draft my seller's documents and send them to the other attorney.
That's right. That's right. So we would draft the documents, so the deed, the lien waiver, all of the seller documents. We coordinate with the buyer's attorney. We send them those originals, and then, you know, we send them an invoice so that we get paid. So, I mean, it's great because we also double check that settlement statement that you're signing as the seller,
Right.
making sure that you're not getting double charged for something or getting charged for something you shouldn't be.
That's exactly right. So if they want to call Costner, they can reach out to you. Do you know the main number?
I do. It's 980-219-7637, and my cell is 980-228-7141. I answer. Give me a call if you have any questions.
Great. And Preston, how do they get in touch with you if they want to get that pre-inspection or have you come out and get in the crawl space in any home, even if they're still there?
Sure. It's 704-542-6575, or they can go on homeinspectioncarolina.com.
Yeah, or they can have you do a radon test too.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can reach Jameson at 846-DONE, 846-3663, or on the web at myjamesonhomes.com. God bless. Have a great Saturday. We'll talk to you next week. The Show Your Real Estate today on News Talk 1110 and 99.3 WBT. Take care.